flipping through the newspapers, switching through multiple news channels, exploring different websites and online mediums for relevant news? Keeping up to date with important news is not only time-consuming but also requires meticulous upkeep of notes for thorough revision. With a limited period in hand and abundant resources to study from, do not let current affairs come in the way of your prelims success. Join the PT 365 program by Vision IAS and advance in your preparation for current affairs. Starting on 9th January at 5 p.m., this 20-day course offers comprehensive coverage of 1 year of current affairs in 60 hours. Join for improved knowledge with complete coverage of The Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, Economic Times, Yojana, Economic Survey, etc. Doubt-clearing sessions and mentoring for thorough knowledge. Access to Sandhan personalized test with 25,000 plus questions. Access to live and online classes for flexibility in timing. It's time to devote your energy to smart learning and not running. Enroll today and excel in UPSC prelims with a strong command of current affairs.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. Union Cabinet approved the launch of the National Critical Mineral Mission. Union Cabinet approved the revision of ethanol procurement price for public sector oil marketing companies. Government approves mutual credit guarantee scheme for MSME manufacturing sector. Union Home Minister approves funds for disaster mitigation in various states. Extreme climatic conditions cause fundamental ecological transformation in Greenland. Supreme Court bans manual scavenging in 6 cities in a writ petition. In our first news for the day, the Union Cabinet has approved the launch of the National Critical Mineral Mission or NCMM, which was announced in the Union Budget 2024-25. Let's look at the key features of NCMM. This initiative aims to encourage Indian PSUs and private sector companies to acquire critical mineral assets abroad while enhancing trade with resource-rich nations. With an expenditure of 16,300 crore rupees and an expected investment of 18,000 crore rupees by PSUs, the mission seeks to intensify the exploration of critical minerals both within the country and in offshore areas. Encompassing all stages of the value chain, including mineral exploration, mining, beneficiation, processing, and recovery from end-of-life products, the NCMM also provides financial incentives for critical mineral exploration. Additionally, it will coordinate efforts between various ministries, PSUs, private companies, and research institutions. Other key initiatives under this mission include setting up mineral processing parks, establishing centers of excellence, promoting recycling of critical minerals, fast-tracking regulatory approvals for projects, and developing a stockpile of critical minerals. But what is the need for this mission? It stems from India's goal of boosting self-reliance and reducing import dependency while driving economic growth and facilitating the clean energy transition. Critical minerals, as defined by the Ministry of Mines, are essential for economic development and national security. However, the lack of availability or concentration of extraction or processing in a few geographical locations may lead to supply chain vulnerabilities and disruptions. To address this, the Government of India has identified 30 critical minerals, including cobalt, copper, germanium, lithium, and tungsten, among others. Critical minerals play a vital role in various sectors, including renewable energy. They're essential for manufacturing solar panels, wind turbines, and battery storage systems. In the EV and battery manufacturing sector, these minerals are crucial for lithium-ion batteries and the expansion of electric vehicles. Additionally, they are integral to defense and strategic technologies, contributing to advancements in aerospace, electronics, and advanced weaponry. In the semiconductor and high-tech industries, critical minerals are key components in chip manufacturing, telecommunications, and AI-driven technologies, underscoring their importance in modern technological development. Complementary measures have also been taken to support this mission. The amendment of the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act 1957 in 2023 has been instrumental in boosting the exploration and mining of critical minerals. Furthermore, the science and technology promotion of research and innovation in startups and MSMEs or S&T PRISM Program 2023 provides funding to startups and MSMEs, bridging the gap between research and commercialization. This mission marks a significant step towards strengthening India's mineral security and supporting its industrial and technological advancements.
Now let's talk about an important update on the Union Cabinet's recent decision regarding ethanol pricing under the Ethanol Blended Petrol or EBP program for the ethanol supply year or ESY 2024-25, spanning from November 2024 to October 2025. Let's begin with the key highlight. The revision of ethanol procurement prices for public sector oil marketing companies or OMCs. The administered ex-mill price of ethanol derived from C-heavy molasses or CHM has been fixed at Rs 57.97 per litre, up from Rs 56.58 per litre. Now, why is this price revision significant? Well, it provides price stability and ensures remunerative returns for ethanol suppliers and sugarcane farmers. Additionally, it promotes environmental sustainability while ensuring adequate ethanol availability to meet the blending targets. But what exactly is the Ethanol Blended Petrol or EBP program? Let's take a quick look. The EBP program mandates OMCs to sell petrol blended with ethanol up to 20%. It falls under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas with the objective of encouraging alternative and environmentally friendly fuels, reducing import dependence, and boosting the agriculture sector. Now, here's an important update on the blending target. The government has revised its target for achieving 20% ethanol blending in petrol, now set for 2025-26, advancing from the previous target of 2030. Moving on to some key achievements of the EBP program. Over the past decade, this initiative has led to foreign exchange savings of approximately 1.13 lakh crore rupees as of December 31st, 2024. Additionally, ethanol blending by OMCs has seen a significant rise from 38 crore litres in ESY 2013-14 to 707 crore litres with an average blending of 14.60% in ESY 2023-24. To further promote biofuels, the government has also launched several initiatives. One of them is the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jaiv Indhan Vatavaran Anukul Fasal Avshesh Nivaran Yojana, which provides financial assistance for setting up second generation 2G ethanol projects using lignocellulosic biomass and other renewable feedstocks. Additionally, the National Policy on Biofuels 2018 classifies biofuels into first, second and third generation categories, ensuring a structured approach to their development. Speaking of biofuels, let's take a closer look at the different generations based on their feedstock sources. First generation biofuels are derived from existing crops like corn and starch. Second generation biofuels come from lignocellulosic feedstock, including agricultural and municipal wastes. Third generation biofuels are produced using microbiological processes involving species like yeast and algae. Moreover, the reduction of goods and services tax or GST on ethanol used for the EBP program to 5% further incentivizes ethanol production and usage. So in summary, the government's recent ethanol price revision and the continuous push for ethanol blending mark significant steps toward energy security, environmental sustainability, and economic benefits for farmers and ethanol suppliers.
Moving on, in a major boost for the MSME manufacturing sector, the Government of India has approved the introduction of the Mutual Credit Guarantee Scheme for MSMEs or MCGS MSME. This initiative aims to enhance access to credit by providing 60% guarantee coverage through the National Credit Guarantee Trustee Company Limited or NCGTC to member lending institutions. MLIs are financial institutions such as commercial banks, NBFCs registered with NCGTC under the scheme. Let's take a closer look at the key features. Under the scheme, MSMEs with a valid Udyam registration number will be eligible for loans of up to 100 crore rupees for purchasing plant and machinery or equipment. However, at least 75% of the project cost must be allocated for machinery or equipment. The repayment structure varies, with loans up to 50 crore rupees having a repayment period of up to 8 years, including a 2-year moratorium on the principal amount. However, for larger loans above 50 crore rupees, longer repayment and moratorium can be considered. The scheme will remain operational for 4 years from the issue of operational guidelines or until a cumulative guarantee of 7 lakh crore rupees is issued. The Mutual Credit Guarantee Scheme for MSMEs is expected to bring several key benefits to the sector. It will enhance credit flow by encouraging financial institutions to lend with reduced risk. This, in turn, will expand manufacturing capacity, enabling businesses to adopt modern equipment. Additionally, the scheme is projected to boost job creation by increasing employment opportunities through industrial expansion. Furthermore, it will strengthen the Make in India initiative by supporting domestic production and enhancing global competitiveness. To further ease credit access for MSMEs, the government has also implemented initiatives such as the Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for micro and small enterprises to provide collateral-free loans to MSEs. The Raising and Accelerating MSME Performance or RAM program, which involves an investment of 6,000 crore rupees over 5 years, and Priority Sector Lending or PSL norms, under which all bank loans to MSMEs conforming to the conditions prescribed therein qualify for classification. With these measures, the government aims to strengthen the MSME sector, promote industrial growth, and create a more robust manufacturing ecosystem in the country.
In a significant move towards disaster mitigation, the Union Home Minister has approved a financial package of 3,027.86 crore rupees from the National Disaster Mitigation Fund or NDMF to tackle 3 major disaster risks across various states. Let's take a closer look at this development. A high-level committee chaired by the Union Home Minister has sanctioned this funding as part of India's ongoing disaster risk reduction efforts. This comes after previous allocations under the National Disaster Mitigation Fund for projects such as urban flood risk mitigation, glacier lake outburst flood or GLOF risk management, and landslide risk mitigation. Now, let's break down the key highlights of these newly launched initiatives. First, catalytic assistance will be provided to 12 of the most drought-prone states. These include Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Uttar Pradesh. This initiative aims to strengthen drought preparedness and mitigation measures. Moving on, a focused mitigation project on lightning safety has been approved. This project will be implemented in 50 heavy lightning-prone districts across 10 states, including Bihar, Odisha, and West Bengal, to reduce fatalities and damages caused by lightning strikes. Additionally, the government has rolled out a mitigation scheme for forest fire risk management. This scheme will cover 144 high-priority districts in 19 states, including Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Himachal Pradesh. The objective here is to revolutionize the country's approach to forest fire management by enhancing fire prevention, mitigation, response preparedness, and post-fire recovery. States will be required to submit proposals focusing on these critical aspects. Now, let's talk about the fund behind these initiatives, the National Disaster Mitigation Fund or NDMF. Established in February 2021 on the recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission, the National Disaster Mitigation Fund is a crucial part of the National Disaster Risk Management Fund or NDRMF. This overarching framework consolidates all financial resources available for disaster management in India, including the National Disaster Response Fund. At the state level, the majority of states, except Telangana, have initiated the setting up of the State Disaster Mitigation Fund or SDMF. The financial mechanism here ensures that the central government contributes 75% of the funds for all states, while northeastern and Himalayan states receive a higher central share of 90%. With these proactive measures, India is taking significant strides towards enhancing disaster preparedness and resilience.
In a concerning development, extreme climatic conditions have led to ecological transformation in Greenland. A groundbreaking study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences highlights the alarming impact of extreme weather on Greenland's lakes. Once carbon sinks, these lakes have now become major sources of carbon dioxide, with emissions surging by 350%. Let's take a closer look at the key findings of the study. In 2022, 7,500 plus lakes in western Greenland turned brown and emitted carbon due to extreme weather and thawing permafrost, releasing organic carbon, shifting them from carbon sinks to emitters. This drastic change was largely caused by atmospheric rivers, which led to above normal temperatures and increased rainfall in 2022. But what is an atmospheric river? Atmospheric rivers, which are long and narrow corridors in the atmosphere, like rivers in the sky, transport large amounts of water vapor outside the tropics. They're typically found within the low-level jet stream, an area of strong winds in lower levels of atmosphere, ahead of cold front in an extratropical cyclone. However, while they provide essential rainfall, they can also trigger extreme flooding and heat hazards. For instance, they were responsible for 70% of major floods in India between 1985 and 2020, including the devastating floods in Uttarakhand in 2013 and Kerala in 2018. Moving on to the impact of atmospheric rivers. The effects of climate change are expected to intensify atmospheric rivers significantly. Global warming could increase their frequency by 50 to 290% in regions such as Greenland, North America, and East Asia by the end of the century. Additionally, as the South Asian monsoon becomes stronger, moisture transport will rise, leading to more atmospheric rivers making landfall in India. Indian Ocean warming combined with a higher vapor pressure deficit or VPD will further enhance evaporation, fueling the formation of these atmospheric phenomena. Moreover, as sea surface temperatures continue to rise, atmospheric rivers are shifting poleward by approximately 6 to 10 degrees. The influence of La Nina is also significant as it strengthens Walker's circulation, expands the tropical rainfall belt, and redirects atmospheric rivers further toward the poles. This study underscores the intricate relationship between climate change and atmospheric phenomena, emphasizing the urgent need for global climate action to mitigate these escalating environmental challenges.
Moving ahead, in a landmark decision, the Supreme Court has banned manual scavenging in 6 major cities: Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, and Hyderabad. The court has directed the chief executive officers of these cities to file affidavits detailing how and when the practice will be completely stopped. This ruling aligns with the Supreme Court's earlier directive in Dr. Balram Singh v. Union of India 2023, where the court instructed the union government to take appropriate measures to ensure the phased eradication of manual scavenging across the country. But what exactly is manual scavenging? It involves manual cleaning, caring, disposing, or handling of human excreta from dry latrines, drains, and other sanitation systems. Despite being officially banned since 1993 under the Employment of Manual Scavengers and its Prohibition Act, the practice persists due to inadequate sewage management systems and a lack of alternative livelihood opportunities. Now, let's take a look at the present status. Out of India's 775 districts, 456 have successfully eliminated manual scavenging as of January 29, 2025. However, challenges remain. The issue is not just a legal violation, it is a humanitarian crisis. Workers are exposed to severe health risks, including toxic gases and deadly pathogens, which threaten their safety and dignity. Furthermore, there is a deep-rooted caste dimension, as most manual scavengers belong to the Dalit community. So, what reforms are needed to bring an end to this practice? Experts suggest technological interventions such as robotic cleaning systems, stricter law enforcement, and upgraded sanitation infrastructure. India's constitutional and legal framework also strongly supports this cause. The Constitution guarantees fundamental rights under Article 14, equality before law, Article 17, abolition of untouchability, and Article 21, right to life and personal liberty. Additionally, the Prohibition of Employment as Manual Scavengers and their Rehabilitation Act of 2013 strictly bans manual scavenging. Further strengthening this effort is the National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem or Namaste scheme, which aims at formalizing and rehabilitating those engaged in manual scavenging. With this latest Supreme Court order, the path is now clearer for a future where no individual is forced to undertake this inhuman work. The focus is now on strict implementation and sustainable solutions. In today's Place in News, we will be discussing Oman with its capital Muscat. Recently, India and Oman have agreed to amend the Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement or DTAA to promote a greater cooperation on taxation. Let's discuss a few key facts about Oman. The country occupies the southeastern coast of the Arabian Peninsula, located at the confluence of the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea. It is bounded by Yemen to the southwest, the Arabian Sea to the south and east, the Gulf of Oman to the north, the United Arab Emirates to the northwest, and Saudi Arabia to the west. Geographically, Oman experiences a hot and humid climate along the coast, whereas the interior remains hot and dry. Additionally, the far south witnesses a strong southwest summer monsoon from May to September. The country features a long and narrow coastal plain known as Al-Batinha, which stretches along the Gulf of Oman. Moreover, the vast Rub' Khali Desert, also known as Empty Quarter, is shared with Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Oman's highest point is Mount Shams, Sun Mountain, offering a striking natural landmark.
As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. Recently, Supreme Court held that domicile-based reservations in PG medical seats are impermissible as it is unconstitutional for being violative of Article 14 of the Constitution. Constitutional provisions for domicile-based reservations include Article 16 Clause 2 and Article 16 Clause 3. Three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, under military rule have officially left West African Regional Bloc, Economic Community of West African States, following diplomatic tensions. Headquartered in Abuja, Nigeria, this bloc was established in 1975 with the aim to promote economic cooperation among member states. Recently, India has sent humanitarian assistance to support residents of the Kurdistan region in Iraq. Kurdistan is a mountainous region spanning parts of eastern Turkey, northern Iraq, western Iran, and smaller areas of northern Syria and Armenia. It is predominantly inhabited by an ethnic group called Kurds. Union Minister for Labour and Employment launched the State and Union Territory microsites under the eShram initiative and the Occupational Shortage Index. State-specific digital platforms seamlessly integrated with the national eShram database. The benefits for states or union territories include ready-to-use digital infrastructure, real-time data analytics dashboard. Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change approved the proposal for rebuilding the Teesta 3 dam located on the main Teesta River, despite design and stability concerns. It is a major right bank tributary of the Brahmaputra and originates from the Sao Lamo Lake in North Sikkim and flows through India and Bangladesh. US President orders setting up of migrant detention center in Guantanamo Bay. It forms an inlet of the Caribbean Sea, indenting southeastern Cuba. Guantanamo Bay is a large and well-sheltered bay and has a narrow entrance to a harbor and is capable of accommodating large vessels. Recently, Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has notified the Solar Systems, Devices and Components Goods Order 2025 for quality control of solar PV modules inverters. The order has been issued under the Bureau of Indian Standards or BIS Act 2016. BIS will oversee grant of license and enforcement of the order. According to scientists, samples from Bennu asteroid revealed building blocks of life. Bennu is a small, near-Earth asteroid that passes relatively close to Earth about every 6 years. Findings include essential life-building compounds including amino acids, nuclear bases, and minerals suggesting water once existed on Bennu. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description.